Today's video is a long-awaited project. After booking some reservations in my office, I open the blinds and see the sun is soon to be setting at the lake. This is a good time to go outside and enjoy what sunlight is left. Then I fire up the grill, put on a nice juicy steak, and take in the beautiful sunset as it sets on the lake. As nightfall sets in, I start thinking of all the wonderful places we've been. While traveling full-time, our Brinkley has been amazing. It has truly answered our expectations while out on the road. But that's not without some improvements for our lifestyle. Our first upgrade outside of the factory options was this wonderful rack to help stabilize our motorcycles from bolted on.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
Yes, welcome back. In this video, we'll be replacing our old couch with a new couch from Ashley Furniture. This should give us a little bit more room. So to get started, I'm going to need to remove these pillows. As you can see, my little pup Coda is very intrigued with what I'm doing. What he don't know is I've already removed his little chew toy.
What's he doing now? Oh, heavens no. Did he just take my toy? Hey, get back here with that.
After showing my overly worried pup that I did not take his toy away, I continue removing the cushions to this couch. Next, I get to show off another addition that we've done to our Brinkley, and that is the Dyson V15 Detect. I love this little vacuum, especially that cool little laser that helps you see things cleaner. And for those who have this couch, don't forget that there's hidden storage under this area. Although you can access it by raising this section of the cushion or the platform under here, but it's much easier if you go around to the back side of the couch. The whole back section is actually Velcro, and you can raise that up and access the hidden storage right under there. So just like that, got all of the upper cushions removed. Now I'm going to remove this lower cushion, and that will give me access to all the bottom section so I can grab my vacuum and finish cleaning. Alright, so once the cushions are removed, you open up these top covers here, and this one as well. And then you will have access to all the wiring, which is under here. And so our next step will be reeling this piece together possibly to see how it comes apart, because we're going to have to separate this all. So I think if I slide this section in all the way and then disconnect from under here, I can slide it out. So that's going to be the game plan for now. So we will see if that works. So stand by. So after some close-up inspection, it looks like we are going to need some box-end wrenches. So let's go outside and grab some tools. Alright, now with the couch somewhat together, I'm going to go up in here, and hopefully you can see, but there are some bolts here and in that corner right there. And I am going to remove this bolt entirely and just take the nut off of that side. That should allow me to push this over a little bit off of that bolt. The electrical is still connected. I will then run this together and hopefully remove it. We'll see how that goes. Now, we make your bolt and nut remover. To remove the nuts, I use a 14mm open-end wrench. So at this point, we're going to need help.
We need all the help we can get.
Alright, well, after further inspection, I'm going to try and get you in here where you can see. The lighting is not real great, but this pan the motor sits on is slotted. So it looks like if I bring this couch out, I can then lift up on it and separate it and then bring the motor back together. So I do have a tripod. Alright. So hopefully you guys can see that move. So now it's just a matter of lifting it up and getting it to work its way back. Got one side to come up. This other side being a little bit more on the difficult.
You need some help?
Alright, that's not working. So we might need some sort of persuasion tool. So I'm going to try a bigger wrench. Well, that don't want to go in. Alright, well, all else fails, I removed that said nut. So those are 14mm. I've managed to pull two off, so we'll pull the other. This is a great place to use a ratcheting spanner if you have one. Alright, so you can see here, well, right there, I've cleared the bolt and the nut problem. We should be able to lift up over on that side and remove this piece. So stand by, we'll make it happen.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can pull this guy out now. Oh yeah. Now if I can get my wife to help me slide this back, we should be able to get this disconnected. So we're gonna just try and push this whole mechanism back. Yeah, just pull it back towards you. Okay, stop. Alright, we are separated. Now, I need to run it together before I disconnect it. Oh, our wires are getting a little tight. So, need to slide her forward a little bit. A little more.
Since this is the heaviest part of the whole couch, you'll want to be sure to bring this assembly completely together before you disconnect the motor from the power.
Completely together. So with that, I can come in and disconnect the wiring, which consists of this plug and those two connectors right there, and then have this completely out of the way.
So at this point, I'm going to put the two nuts back on the bolts, and that way they are not lost.
So now I'm going to come here to this back side of the couch. And you see this side.
So these will be the exact same as the other side. We will use a 14mm box end or a ratchet.
And then the slide mechanism will completely disconnect, and that will in turn allow us to move this around a lot easier.
Now that the nuts are removed, you can separate the two pieces from each other. This might take 2 people.
So as you can see, I've actually got this detached. I am, however, going to put the nuts back on the bolts, that way they are not lost. But this whole piece can now be separated.
Now let's address the electrical side.
Alright, so now we got that all disassembled. We have all the wiring over here to tackle. Some of this is a subwoofer, which we will be leaving the subwoofer, hopefully able to mount that underneath one of the other pieces. But we do have Back running through here is a gas line and the electrical that runs to the appliances over there, the microwave. Gas line runs to the range, and so we will have to leave some stuff back there. But for the most part, all of this stuff is going to go away. So this power outlet on our model is actually just plugged in to a 120 volt outlet in the back there.
So once you remove the 4 screws that hold the sofa controller to the floor, you may want to label everything for future reference. After disconnecting the electrical, we can move on to the screws that attach the couch to the floor. But don't forget the ones in the wall.
A lot of it is that moving into his new role, that sort of thing. So things should be looking really up in 2026. We're streamlining again. So
Be sure to thoroughly check, as not all installers may put the screws in the same spot. Here's an indication of where the screws are for my setup.
and then of course when that happens, I'm kind of like, hey, you guys need to be doing this. I know some of you might be like, well, I've never really had to deal with that, or I forgot because it was something that we talked.
Sometimes they're sneaky and like to hide them.
I know we went through this before, but really quickly, the things I'm saying, and usually if I put this out,
Once all the screws are removed, the couch should wiggle freely.
So it's not just like, the thing you gotta do is make sure we don't need to reassess their scope of work and reassess their pricing, right? Because if you allow these things to happen.
Alright, now that the couch is completely disconnected, I can move it away from the wall. The only thing left would be the subwoofer, and that, if you want to remove, is pretty easy. It just unplugs. Here you can see I'm going to grab some zip ties and secure the wiring that was running along the back side of the wall, just so it doesn't drag or get damaged while I move it to the back of the door. Let's clean up and move on to part 2.
Installing the new couch.
So finding a couch the exact dimensions that we needed was quite the struggle. So we ended up choosing a couch from Ashley Furniture that we knew wouldn't fit, but we felt like we could make it work. So stand by as we make preparations for that. But first, let's get these pillows out of the way. And here is where you can see our dilemma. So I'm going to pull the bottom cover off, which is just held on by staples, so I can get a look inside to kind of give an idea of what I'm working with. So that'll allow me to make an assumption of what I'm going to have to do to make this thing fit in this area.
What we're doing with.
So upon further inspection, I noticed that I'm going to have to take off the whole side cover in order to get to the wood. So we're going to start pulling staples.
Alright, well, tore it all apart. We had to take a couple inches out of it. So if you look right here, I took 2.5 inches out, all the way around, and even up in this section as well. So now I need to wrap it back. We're going to have a little bit of slack that we'll have to bring together, but it's going to fit. So stay tuned and we will see if we get it in that corner.
Well, I managed to make it work.
Alright, Coda. So we get to put the last piece in. So I'll let you hold that. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Alright. So I did have to shorten her up on one side just a little bit. We still somewhat have access in here still. Well, it's not, doesn't open completely, but it does open. Yeah, and we rarely use it. So now I have the little dog grooming kit. But yeah, for this little mutt here, he's happy. He's finally got a couch back. He's been missing it all day. But we definitely opened up. Got more room in here. So yeah, it feels like a whole different house. So now I gotta get off here and clean the mess up, and then I'll get some pictures once we get it all sorted.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.